Hey guys. Oh, Hey guys. This is my new channel. It's right now we're calling it Comics According to Shan, and I'm Shannon. So we just kind of shortened it up a little bit just to spice it up. uh, we've got we've got a campaign going on Kickstarter right now for Knox County number 2. Number 1 did really good for us. It was a nice start into our crowdfunding campaigns. So we started up number 2 on Thursday about 9 in the morning. It was 9:03, I think. So, and within 20 minutes, we had already reached our $1,000 goal. Now, our goal overall is not really $1,000. That's just, I like to make a low goal so we can get past it the first day. That way, everyone's assured that the book is going to be made. So, our first campaign raised a little over $15,000. Right now, after about 2 3/4 days, we're sitting at 6,120. No, 6,171 last I checked. Well, sometime in this show, we'll look at some of the things from what's happening, and we'll do it. We'll check on updating that. One of the things I like to do, not only do I like to promote my book, I also I love comics. I started off when I was 5 years old, walking to the 7-Eleven to get Dad a pack of cigarettes, and he'd buy me a comic book. My first comic book that I recall was Tomb of Dracula #5. So that was back in the early 70s. Ever since then, I've collected comics. Right now, I'm probably sitting on, I don't know, I'm guessing here 15 to 20,000 comics in my house. I've actually gotten rid of quite a bit of them in the last couple of years. I'm kind of trimming down to what I really want, and the rest has got to go. So you might check out my eBay. It's Portal Hunters _79 if you're looking for some books. I also I do a lot. I get a lot of my comics graded, and about half of them I sell on eBay to upgrade to the comics I actually want. So what I wanted to do tonight, I'm going to take a little bit of your time. I just got back my first shipment from CGC Grading Comics, at least the first of this year. I renewed my subscription with them, and this is the first bundle. I sent it off in early March. So here it is, June 5th, and we finally got it in. So if you are planning on sending CGC comics to get graded, don't expect them back unless you pay for the expedited grading, which I think is another $13 per book. But I want to go ahead and get into this. A lot of these books are the same book. I've actually already looked at the grades on their online. I wish I hadn't for this, but I sent these books off thinking, oh wow, these are all 9/8, and we're going to find out what my opinion means on grading here. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and it is still sealed. Comes in a big box. And believe it or not, it came from FedEx, and it looks pretty doggone good. You know, it's not a ding or anything. Now watch, all of them in here will be busted and broken up. So far, every time I've gotten something graded, I've never had any damages. So knock on. I'm sure that's not wood. It's probably particle board. I guess it's kind of wood. So we have it open now. So since I know the grading, I'm going to go ahead and start off with the one that I thought this was just going to be the bomb as far as getting it graded. Yes, I said the bomb. Okay, so we're going to take this off here, and we're going to show you what I thought would be a 9.8, and I still look at it, and I think if I would have got a pressing, it would have been a 9.8. So here we got the first one. Amazing Spider-Man 363. It's the third, not necessarily appearance, but probably third full appearance of Carnage. Let's see what it says here. It says Carnage, Venom, Human Torch, Mr. Fantastic appearance. David Michelinie story, Mark Bagley and Randy Emlyn cover and art. And a 9.0. That's highly disappointing. And I look at it and I still, now I see a few little imperfections on it. I still think it should have at least been a 9.2. The back looks immaculate. Not a dent or a ding in the back for sure. In the front, I see a few dings that I probably didn't catch. Like I said, if I got a pressing, it probably would have been a 9.8 easy. The corners are all sharp. Well, then we got my next best grade was this one here. And once again, it's the same book. I believe I sent like 6 or 7 of these off. And we got a 9.4. Once again, I didn't pay for the extra grading or the extra press and clean. I learned a lesson on that. So everything else that I got going to them will, even if I think it's perfect, it's going to get a press and a clean. But it looks nice. I'll look at it a little bit here and see what I think in the light. I don't. One of the corners has a little ding. Once again, the back is immaculate. Really nice. Really nice. Still, a 9.4 is nothing to sneeze at. It's just the difference between a 9.4 and a 9.8 is a lot of money. And then, well, actually, I skipped over a grade. No, I'm going to save that for later. So, once again, same book, Amazing Spider-Man 363, and another 9.4. Take a look at it real quick. I don't see a single ding on the cover on the front. And once again, an immaculate back. Maybe I just don't get it. And I looked at these in different lighting and everything. So the next one we have is, once again, Amazing Spider-Man 363, and it's a 9.6. We're getting there. We're getting there. So take a look at it real quick. Not a single ding. Sharp corners. This top corner looks like it might have a little breakage in the color. I mean, very, very minute. And then the back is once again immaculate. That maybe I was just looking at the backs of them when I sent them in and thought they were perfect. Okay. Then we got another Amazing Spider-Man 363. I actually bought these from a guy I found on Facebook Marketplace, and I went to his house, and I probably spent, I think, $600 buying books from him, and intended to get them graded. And here it is, like 3 years later, and I just now started getting them graded. 9.6 presents really, really well. I don't see any dings in it at all. All the corners are crisp, perfect. I guess if I would have got a pressing on this, and it would have been perfect too. It would have been a 9.8 at least. Okay. So we got 2 more books. I'm going to show you what I thought was an immaculate looking book. Considering it's a foil book from the 90s. And once again, I look at it, and these corners are super crisp. I see no dings. I mean, I don't know why. The back is amazing. Let's see. This is actually the first time I've seen when I've gotten things. Oh, there it is. It says white pages. Maybe that's something I need to check on those other ones too. It says white pages, but it's a 9.2. And I don't know if you can see that, but these corners are like, let me see here. Cameras go backwards here. They are as sharp can be. And I put it in the light, and I don't see a single ding in the cover at all. I think I got a grader that just said, I'm having a bad day, so you're going to have a bad day. Okay, and then I got one more Amazing Spider-Man 363. And I finally got the one for my collection, at least. This one is a 9.8. And the funny thing about it is the top corner. This is probably the worst looking of the 363s, and they gave it a 9.8. That's crazy. It's got a ding up here in the corner that's worse than all the other ones were crisp on the corners. But this one, they decided to give a 9.8, and I promise you those other books are way better than this one. I hold it in the light. I still don't see any dings in it, though. And the back, I mean, even the cover and the interior page, it looks like it's off center, and the cover is hanging up a little bit on the back side anyway. Yeah, I really don't get these graders. I know that CGC is growing like leaps and bounds, and they're getting new people in all the time. But maybe they just don't have the experience. You know, I've dealt in comics and getting them graded since they've been grading, you know. And when I was a kid, I was bagging boarding comics before there were bags and boards. You know, I'd take sandwich baggies and a piece of cardboard or cereal box cardboard and you know, board them up. I used to buy from the Giuseppe brothers on their auctions, which I believe the Giuseppe brothers now own Diamond Distributing. So I was buying auctions from them before they were even Diamond. But Overall, I think I'm highly disappointed, and I don't believe I'm disappointed in what I sent them, because I mean I don't even think a pressing would change the appearance of these books. And this Venom, there's no way that this is a 9.2. There is no ding. There are no dings in the cover. I mean, it looks spectacular. Did it say it has white pages? I want to check all the pages here and make sure they should all be white. White. Every single one of them are white. I mean, this guy that I bought these from, when he got them, he had to just put them in a bagging board. I mean, I even tried to open each one of them, and they were tight. You could tell they had never been opened before. The spines, no creasing on the spines, nothing. It's just crazy. I mean, I wish that you could see what I see in these books, and there is no way. So, but that's my little unboxing. I want to show you a little bit on some of the things with our Kickstarter right now. I'll go to share. This is some of the characters. Our artist his name is Alex Benhozy. His full name is Alexandre Benhozy, and man, we found him, and he is just he should be working for Marvel or DC. He is truly amazing. Get a little bigger on here. This here, the girl's name, Emma. She's probably my favorite of all the characters in the book. Plus, she's pretty much the star of the show. We have 7 teenagers that they're all 18 or older, and they live in a little town called Niobrara in upper Nebraska in between the Missouri River and the Niobrara River. And I chose that setting because my family, we're both Irish and Ponca Indian. So my grandfather was Irish, and my grandmother was half Ponca. So we have ties back to Standing Bear even. But Niobrara is a little small town, like I said, in between the 2 rivers, and the state park is just right outside Niobrara. So when I was anywhere from 8 to 12 years old, every summer we would go back there. I was the first family member to be born in Texas. So, I've lived my whole life in Texas. But every summer we would go back to Niobrara and visit family, friends of my parents and my grandparents and my aunts and uncles. And but I decided when I wanted to do this horror series that was a perfect setting. I knew enough about Niobrara that I believe I can write a good story. Plus, a lot of our family members there, and some of them are just real characters. I have them in the book. Included in the book are 3 of my great uncles. It's Frank, Bob, and Teddy. And then their sister is my grandmother named Evelyn. And she's, like I said, she's half Ponca. My grandfather, he's Irish. His father was a senator in Nebraska way back when. I'm 55 years old, so it was quite a ways back. But anyway, my family, I put them throughout the series, and this is going to be an ongoing series. We've already produced the number 1 book, and it was put on Kickstarter and Indiegogo. So we got a real good response on Kickstarter, and then on Indiegogo, I just don't understand the analytics so much. So I guess I just didn't prepare for it. But we sold some extra, few more copies. Made a few more bucks, which always helps at the bottom line. But we did really well on Kickstarter. So I mean, we're going to run campaigns probably on both, but our main goal right now is Kickstarter. Kickstarter's been good to us, and all the supporters on Kickstarter, amazing people. I'm sure probably 99% of them have already received their books on issue 1, and probably the only ones that haven't maybe is some of the foreign subscribers or the contributors. But we got it all mailed out. I was thinking it was going to be early on that, because I gave a lot of time for me to get this all together. But we ended up putting them out the same month as I wrote on Kickstarter. So and actually we put them out ahead of what was stated on Indiegogo. So but these, like I said, these are a couple of characters. Eric is a minor character. You'll find that out in oncoming issues. We have already, like as I said, issue 1 is completed. It's been sent out. I'm getting reviews on it. People are loving it. And then we launched the Kickstarter, and like I said, 20 minutes into the Kickstarter, we already had made the $1,000 goal. I think on Kickstarter 1, it probably took maybe about 5-6 hours to get to 1,000. It may not have been that long, but 20 minutes, I was blown away. I said, I'm going to launch it at 9 in the morning. What the heck? Someone's got to be up. And it was 20 minutes later, and we were already there. And probably 40 minutes later, we were pushing 2,000. So it really shot up, and it's been a little over 2 days now, and we're sitting at 6171 last I checked. But Emma, you're gonna love this character. She's gonna blow you away, because she starts off really timid, and she becomes, oh my goodness, she becomes a little twisted even. The things she has to go through in issue 1 alone is enough to change you. And but she's a character that decided, instead of running, she's going to fight back, and she fights back with the fury of hell. I mean, and you'll find that out. Let's see what else I've got to show you here. I'm going to remove that one. See what else we can share. Share. Okay. Share screen. Let's go see what else we got here. One of the things we're offering on Kickstarter too is my wife is actually an amazing artist, and as well as the colorist for the book, which she's getting nothing but praise for her colors. But she decided that we should offer some little stickers, and we're making little chibi stickers for the stretch goals. So this is one of the stretch goals. It'll be a little sticker, probably be a little bit foily, and then we've also got one that is a little more risque. I think she's topless, but that'll be at a higher level in the campaign. But I think we're going to continue to make these for the future books too, because as I said, we have 7 characters. There's going to be 5 girls, and then there are 2 of the guys, and 2 of the girls are twins, Tori and Lori, and then you got a Native American girl, Ponca Nation, and her name is Trina, and she has deep ties into the Niobrara living. Her family's always been there. Her grandmother is like not necessarily a shaman type of person, but someone that holds the history of the tribe. She carries it on and teaches it to future generations. And then we've got Sarah is Emma's best friend, and she's a bit timid, and she gets scared easy, but she always liked Emma because Emma was a little more bold. Emma's trying to try a little of everything in life, and she definitely wants to leave the small town of Niobrara very soon, especially after what happens in issue 1. Then you've got the 2 guys. You've got Michael, and he's kind of the sports jock guy. But one of the twins has a crush on him, Lori, but he's not wanting to be tied down too much. So he knows that she likes him, but he's kind of like, keeping her at a distance. He'll go out with another girl, and when he knows that she likes him. So he's kind of holding her at a distance right now. And then you got Larry. Larry is a bigger guy. He's not the super jock looking guy, great body and all that, but he's you would think of him as the class clown. Everyone likes him, but he's still kind of a loner. But he got into these group of friends, and now he found a place to fit in. And one of the other twin, Tori, she's kind of an outgoing, go after what you want in life, and if you want a man, then go after him, kind of thing. And she everyone else thinks, okay, why would Tori care about Larry? He's the scrub of the group. Super nice guy, but his appearance is not the type of guy she would probably want to go for. But guess in the end, she just kind of digs him, So it's kind of nice when the guy that I was one of those guys, growing up. So it's kind of nice that he gets the girl in the end. So, but those are my characters, and I like to think of it as how Walking Dead, it has zombies in it, but it's more about the development of the characters in the book than it is the zombies. The zombies are just there, it's something they have to deal with. But what happens to them is what makes them great characters. So that's kind of where I am on this book. I want to really get into their character development, and the characters. Most books like this, all the main characters die. If you were watching a movie, half of them would be dead in the first half of the movie, and then you'd come down to the one girl at the end. Well, not this one. I plan on the characters being around a long time. I even have plans to do a mini series in the future where they're going to go back to Niobrara, 10 years after they've left Niobrara, for a reunion or something, funeral, whatever brings them back to Niobrara. They're going to come back, and you're going to see how much they've changed over the years. Some of them have kept in touch and some haven't, but the ongoing series will mainly just deal with them, and in their youth. By the way, the time period for this is about when I was 12 years old, so it's about 1978, and I believe in 77, 78. That's when the scary movies Halloween and Chainsaw Massacres came out in at 76, some of those. So you'll see a lot of influence from those movies, because obviously I was highly into horror movies throughout the years. Some of the scariest movies that at the time for me were the old black and white monster movies. Frankenstein and Werewolf and Dracula. All those old black and whites. They I would have nightmares on some of that stuff. And now you kind of look at me like, yeah, that's kind of funny. But then, of course, I'm the kind of guy that I went and watched Star Wars for the first time, and I had nightmares about it. So, that might just be me, But the series is planning to be an ongoing series, and as long as people are willing to support what I'm putting out, then I'm going to keep writing this book. I love this book. I have a lot of my family in the books. My grandfather is basically he owns the diner and bar all in one. Niobrara is a small town, but every time I went to visit, if we wanted to see family or friends, we had to go to the bar. And the funny thing is Niobrara didn't have a movie theater, no entertainment. But guess what? A town of 400 people, there was 3 bars. So if you wanted to see anyone, you either went to the diner or the bar. And that's just how it was. But and then Niobrara also has the state park right outside, next to it. So that's where we would usually stay. We'd go to the state park and we'd go paddle boating or fishing or whatever. It's a great time for kids at that time. We weren't sitting behind watching video games. I mean, the only thing close to a video game at that time was we'd go to the bar and we'd either play shuffleboard or they had pinball machines. So that was all we had back then. This was before, video games were even thought of, probably. But we'd go there and we'd have fun, and and it was always a great time because we weren't the only ones going to Niobrara. My other aunts and uncles, their kids, my cousins, we'd all go all together, and we'd just take a train, or we'd load up the trucks and cars, and we'd just take off, and we'd just have fun for the week. But anyway, so I drew from my experiences there. I've read a lot on the history of Niobrara and the Ponca Nation. Basically, the Ponca Nation, they were in the Trail of Tears, and they were sent to Oklahoma as a tribe. They were sent there. Standing Bear got there, saw the land, and basically said, "We're heading back to Niobrara." So half of them stayed there, and half of them went to Niobrara. And so Standing Bear, he started up Ponca Nation back in Niobrara, and and then he has some ties to my family. I think his shaman type guy, the guy that's second in charge, we were related to him some way, somehow. So I'm sure we're related to Standing Bear because they were all, they all came from those people. And I had just found out in the last 5 or 6 years. We always knew that we were Ponca, but we didn't look up our numbers or anything. And we got all that situated in the last few years. So that's kind of what got me into thinking about using Ponca Nation in this, because I mean, the history of Ponca Nation is a sad thing. In the early, I guess, is around 1980, Ponca Nation actually lost their status as a tribe, according to the U.S. government. So, and they didn't get that status back until like 1990. So, I read at one point Ponca Nation was as few as 100 people, and they've come back from that since then. But so a lot of this will be in my books, and a lot of what's causing all these strange happenings and strange creatures has to do with the history of the Ponca tribe. And you're going to find out, there's going to be a certain character that's going to be popping up on the end of issue 3 and issue 4, that he's the whole reason for all this stuff happening. And so I really like the idea of incorporating, some of my ancestry into this, as well as some of my family into it. But this is a kind of want to, I wanted to kind of show y'all a few things about what's going on with Knox County. The thing about it is Knox County is not the only property that I'm involved in and co-creator of. I have a partner that we co-create a few different properties. Some have been printed by Antarctic Press, and then we've got some properties that no one's really seen yet. They're drawn, they're sitting there waiting to be colored. It's just, the problem is we got so many other projects, such as Knox County, that we haven't been able to get to it yet. One of our properties is called Frontier Graveyard. It's set in 1870s or so, and it follows the adventures of three men that have to deal with the strange creatures of that universe. So basically, they're almost like Pinkertons, but they're dealing with the supernatural also. In the first story arc, it deals with the zombies, which they're like the cattle of the West. You go anywhere in the West, and there's herds and herds of zombies everywhere, and they don't know why. And you'll kind of catch on to why later on down the road. But our Graveyard series expands into the future too. So one of our characters, basically David Furr, the writer of the book, we got the first 3 issues done, and I read through the final issue, and one of our characters dies. Well, it happens to be my favorite character, and I'm like, he's too good of a character, you can't kill him. So I said, we're going to bring him back one way or another. So in the second series, which is issues 4 through 7, we don't use him. So the readers are going to think, well, he's gone for good. Well, we started up another series, which is in the late 1920s, early 1930s, and it's called Mobster Graveyard. So it's feeding off of the Frontier Graveyard series, and we bring that character back. So. And you'll find out when you read into the series. There's 5 issues of Mobster Graveyard available. It was printed by Antarctic Press. They also did a re-release of Frontier Graveyard 1 through 3 in a graphic novel before Mobster. So you kind of have a lot of issues to kind of get what's going on in those worlds. So, and right now we had a decent response to Mobster Graveyard, but when it launched, we had problems. After issue 1, it was almost 6 months before they put out issue 2. So we had a problem with that, but they ended up printing all five issues. But and then right now we're working on the new series of Mobster Graveyard. We've already gotten issue 1 drawn. And if you like Knox County, then you're really going to like the artwork in that, because Alex Benhosi also does it. So he'll have dual duties. He'll be working on Knox, and then he'll be working on Mobster Graveyard, the second series. His art in both are tremendous. It's pretty cool how, he transitions from characters in 1978, and then he works on another book with characters in the 1920s, and he pulls it off. He is a truly amazing artist. So we hope to keep him around as long as we can until Marvel or DC pulls it away from us. But if you like Notch, you're going to love the new Mobster Graveyard series. Let's see if I got something else here to show you real quick. I got to be careful because Knox County is actually it was written as an R-rated book, just like Halloween, Friday the 13th, all those, they're R-rated. So if I click on something and I don't check it out real quick first, I might be showing something I probably shouldn't on YouTube or Facebook. So I have to go double check everything before I actually put it up here. Let's see here. Okay, so we're gonna go to this. Let's see here. We'll get rid of this. Stop screen on that, and then we will share screen again. Oh, if it'll share screen. I'm going to go to Chrome tab. We're gonna check in on the Kickstarter for Knox County, and I can show you a few more things on this. Well, we bumped up another 100 or so. What I really like is we're roughly 3 days into the campaign, and we're already at 210 subscribers or contributors. And at the end of at the end of the campaign for issue 1, our subscribers was 487. So we're nearly halfway to that in a matter of 3 days. So we're hoping that really helps us, because yes, I've already had Alex draw the first 3 issues, but he needs to get started on issue 4, and we're keeping him busy as well as some others, because we have other projects too. We've got a sci-fi series called Portal Hunters that I think you're really going to dig. The artist on that is Joseph Alesko. He also worked on Exciting Comics. He did our Crimson Scorpion series that was in Exciting Comics issues 1 through 6. So from Antarctic Press, and he did an amazing job. Crimson Scorpion is kind of a character like a Spider-Man-esque character. His history, the way he becomes, Crimson Scorpion is very reminiscent of the early Spider-Man issues. He gets, basically bitten by a magical scorpion from that's been in some ancient tombs in Egypt for thousands of years. If you really want to check it out, then check out Crimson Scorpion, or check him out in Exciting Comics 1 through 6. but that's another thing that David and I worked on. David Fur. Uh, uh, Basically, David and I got together. Oh God, in the late early to or mid to late '90s, we put out a little comic book called Deities, and it was a flip book. So the other side was Garn Chronicles. I believe David is working on getting both of those redone. Our first comic was it was poor at best. I mean, it was a black and white. The artists were both very very young. They were 15 to 17 years old. Both have talent. I'd like to see what they do today. One of them still works with us. Donald Hash. He works with us, and he did the final two issues of the Mobster Graveyard series, issues 4 and 5 on the first series, and he did a great job for us. He actually contacted me recently, and he's wanting to do some more stuff for us. So we'll see what comes of that. Hopefully we get that all together, and if I have time to write some more other than what I'm doing right now. I'm not the quickest of writers. I'm a more visual type person. I'm, both my wife and I are graphic design artists. My wife got her degree back in about 2010, and I got my degree in 2015. And we're both in our early to mid 50s. So we're late bloomers, you could say. But we have. We've enjoyed it. We learned enough where we can do all our own coloring and all that. So that saves us a little bit of money. But the problem with that is right now Jerry is getting so good at coloring that tons of people are wanting to do work for her, and she really can't do it because she's working on all our projects. We have, like I said, we have quite a few projects that are sitting waiting to see the light of day. So if you're looking for a colorist, I'm sorry, you're looking in the wrong direction right now because we got her tied up for quite a while. I usually lay in the flats for her, which helps her move along a little bit, but she's the true talent there. I wanted to show you a little bit on the campaign here. We do have censor bars on some of the pictures. And this is kind of a little blurb on what you're getting into. This is actually one of my favorite pages that she colored. You've got the young couple going out fishing, and these two guys in the back of the boat, they're actually my great uncles. So it's Frank and Bob Sherman. So when I was a kid, they would take people out on the river, and they would take them and they knew all the fishing spots. So they would go out there, take people would pay them a little bit of nothing, and they'd take them fishing, and almost guarantee that they're going to catch more than they can carry. But they take this young couple out there, and the lady is kind of, she sees like bubbles in the water, and she's kind of daydreaming a little bit, and then up pops the river beast, and he comes and he takes her under. So this is one of the things that is going to happen in this weird wandering of Niobrara. Like I said, I draw from my experiences there, but it's got a lot of my weird fantasy in it. And this here is, I don't know what she really is. I know who she is, which I'm not going to tell you because it's part of the story. But she's one of the characters that are in the book, and you can see she's as vicious as they come. That I believe that's Eric's head. I showed him a picture showed you a picture of him with Emma earlier. So, but just because you see this, don't think that Eric's leaving the book. He's still going to be around. Yeah, you're saying, well, how that? Well, you'll just have to keep reading. And then this is where they start a fight. I mean, you know. And this is the Scarecrow killer from book one. Well, the spoiler is that Emma got away, and she basically knocked him out with a baseball bat, and now he's in her barn, and she's doing all the torturing. You'll find out. Like I said, Emma gets a little twisted as we go. She's not the same little cutesy girl from the start. And these are some black and whites. As I said, we have censors for a lot of our covers, especially all our R-rated covers are foil. So you're gonna get a cool looking book. The issue 1 foils turned out really good. Then, as I told you, there's a diner bar in town, along with 2 other bars, obviously. But this here is Alex Benhosi's rendition of My Grandfather. So I've never really seen any early pictures of my grandfather. He was probably 50, 55 before, all the times I remember him. He had, gray hair. I've never seen him with any color hair. So we're kind of just guessing at this because he passed away in 2012. He died at the age of 100. But this is, we decided to make our perks like a menu on his bar. And I always remembered that when we would go there, even though he lived in Texas and we lived in Texas, when we went there, he still owned the bar and diner there. So when I went in there, basically it was, whatever you want is what you can get. If I don't have it, I'll make someone go get it. And he did. I mean, if I wanted grits and eggs, guess what? I was going to have grits and eggs. So this is all the different. And as I said, I believe there's 7 different hollow foil covers. And we are also offering issue 1 again. That way, if you missed out, you're not going to. Each time we do a campaign, we're going to make sure that you have available a new printing for the previous issues. That way, if you start in at issue 4, guess what? No one wants to buy issue 4 of a series when you don't know what happened in the previous issues, So I'm going to make sure that I offer some kind of printing of all the different issues, and I'm real big on the special covers. So in this one, we have a lot of hollow foil covers. I'm eventually going to work where we get some chromium covers. I even want a glow in the dark cover. All those cheesy 90s covers. I'd love to do. We have a little bit of the original books from issue 1 in regular covers. 1 through, we got 3 different covers of issue 1 as regular covers. So not the price of the hollow foils. I think we got like 15 of each that we're offering on here too, in case you want to pick up some of the original printings. This is as I said, this is our series, Frontier Graveyard. My son created the logo, as he did for Knox County. He's also he went to school the same as us, and we're all 3 graphic designers. So I think him and my wife are a lot better than I am. But anyway, the graphic novel, we didn't print single issues of this. We decided just put it all together and offered a 80-page graphic novel. Believe we originally printed 1,000 of them for the Kickstarter, even though we only needed a few hundred. So we're probably down to our last couple hundred or so issues left from that. We did a Kickstarter that was our first Kickstarter that David and I did together, and it was we were excited about it because we nearly raised $5,000 on our first Kickstarter, so that was a real good start. And then we've got the stretch goals here, so you're getting prints and you're getting your chibis, and there's Emma in her little topless, chibi. And then issue 1, I'm doing some special printings. Originally this background was orange, so we got a purple one and we got a green one that we're offering in foil. I'm also offering a purple one that is it's a regular cover, no hollow foil, and it's only 24 pages as opposed to the, I think, 36 pages. So it basically has just the Knox County story in it, because the issue 1 and issue 2 we had character pages, and we have another story called Joe Mummy, which he's a character in the Mobster Graveyard universe. So he was introduced in issue 1. So you might check that out, because a lot of people were telling me, I didn't think I was going to like that, but I really like it a lot. And it was only 4 pages of story, but I told a lot of story in 4 pages for him. This is the A cover, which my A covers are usually PG rated versions. So this, this is the cover for it, and the insides of the PG rated versions are no nudity. It still has the same violence, but there's no nudity in them. We draw in, cover up everything. But this was actually, it's actually like one of the pages of the story inside the book, and I had such a good response on this that I decided to go ahead and make it a cover. And but the regular cover is PG rated, but I also did a foil cover of this, which the insides are not PG; they're R rated. The reason I did that is because when I send in all my covers that are going to be foiled, they're sent to a different company than my regular covers, and I don't want to send them 2 different insides because they might get confused on that. So I take away that little bit of confusion, maybe. This is cover B. As you can see, it's censored, so this will be a definite R-rated version. We were looking at it, and we're probably going to change the colors on some of the Knox County things. Like this one, it's got the reds and browns, and it kind of works with it. But this one here, we had red and brown with all that blue and orange, and it just wasn't working. So we changed it to blue, and I think it works pretty good. And this one here too, we may change the color of it a little bit, but this is cover C, and it'll be an R-rated version. Or as I like to call it, the Bootylicious cover. I don't know why, I just did. And this is cover D. It'll be another R-rated, so it will have a foil cover also. And all these covers were done by Alex Benhosi also. We're working on getting Matthew Weldon to do a cover for us. If not this issue, then definitely on issue 3. He's real busy. David Furr and Ben Dunn have him busy drawing a new series called Vampire Ninja Ono, and I've gotten to proofread it, and I've seen all the art. It's 48 pages. It'll be a Kickstarter here in a month or so, and it's called Vampire Ninja Ono, and it is amazing. I mean, I told David it's the best writing to this point, and we've been doing this for at least 10 years. And but the writing is wonderful. The artwork is oh my God, I'm definitely getting Matthew Weldon to draw an issue or something for me in the future if he ever finds time, and I can afford him. He is an amazing artist. But when you see that, it's going to blow you away. It's kind of like an Oriental Blade Runner look to it. But definitely be looking out for that on Kickstarter here in a month or so. This is our purple cover, which will be, as I said, it will be a foil cover. It will be a foil cover. Be a full cover, and it'll also be the 24-page regular cover with just the Knox County story in it, which I only printed 50. I've actually got those printed already. I only printed 50. There's only going to be 50 of the regular cover that's 24 pages. I'm only offering up 40 on the Kickstarter. I held back 10 just in case some get lost or damaged or whatever, so I have replacements in case that happens. So there's only been 50 of them printed, and there's going to be 40 of them available on our Kickstarter. This is the movie poster edition. What we did is when we did the Indiegogo campaign, I said we're going to need an exclusive cover to that. That way, if people on Kickstarter decide they want to buy on the Indiegogo, then they have another option to get a different cover that they wanted. So the problem was it was probably our most popular thing on Indiegogo, but we still only sold 21 of them full covers. We only sold 21 full covers of this, and I'm like, people want this, but we don't have the audience on Indiegogo that we have on Kickstarter. So we're offering it as a Kickstarter number one. That way, if you missed it in either the Indiegogo campaign or you missed getting a number one in the Kickstarter campaign, this is another option. And I still have a couple of the foils here, and oh my God, this is my favorite cover in foil of all the covers we've done so far. Now, a lot of people like the
they're only
the
seeing
purple cover
images very small. They're seeing you big and that small.
So most people like this cover. In the first Kickstarter, we had it as an orange as a regular cover, which looks really, really good. And then we had a red and blue and hollow foil, which I really like the red one. The blue one looks great too, but so far the red one is my favorite, even though purple is my favorite color. I do like this one, but the red one, it kind of has a blood red look to it that shines. It's pretty nice. But as I said, the movie poster will be on the Kickstarter. We may change up the colors a little bit. That way they're different from the Indiegogo, because I did say that was an exclusive for Indiegogo. So we'll probably adjust the colors on it a little bit. Maybe change the color of the logo or whatever. But the reason it's a movie poster, we put the logo at the bottom, and we put all our names at the bottom, so it kind of looks like a movie poster. I know it's not the best rendition of a movie poster, but it's enough where I think people would want it. I'm actually thinking about getting posters made of this. So if you think that's a good idea, or say heck yeah, I'd buy that, then let me know, because I finally found a place online that makes it more affordable. Originally, I found some that are like, yeah, you can have a poster made that's 24 by 36, but it's like $36 to print it. And I'm like, oh, but I finally found a place where it's good. I just want to know if the one is out there for movie poster or any posters, because I'll do posters on anything. This is the green cover. It's really green. Okay. But I think in a foil, that's going to look really, really good. Like I said, in this, in our campaign one for Knox County, this artwork was the most popular. We sold more of those than any other cover. And Alex Benhosi did a wonderful job on this too. So, and that's pretty much what I got for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this. If you are on YouTube watching this, be sure to subscribe. As I said, this is a brand new channel, so I don't have anyone hardly subscribed to it. Maybe a couple of family members, but I also put this out on Facebook Live, so maybe some people could transfer over from that, and maybe we'll get it going. But definitely like and subscribe. This obviously is not a monetized video. We haven't done enough to even think about getting monetized. I think you have to have at least 100 subscribers and some other stuff that you got to do in order to get in that. And I'm not really doing it for the money anyway. I just want people, updated on what we're doing. Maybe help us out on our campaigns on Kickstarter. You could either contribute and get something. We do offer PDFs also, so if you're outside the US and you don't want to pay that shipping cost, you can still read it. Our PDFs, our digitals, are usually $5 for a regular size issue, and then like the Frontier Graveyard, which is 80 pages, I think we're offering it for like only $10 a PDF. I'm also working on getting 1 through 5 of Mobster Graveyard set up as a PDF, so we'll be able to offer those here pretty soon too. That way you can read the whole Graveyard series and see if you want to spend a little money and buy issue 1 of the new Mobster Graveyard series. Like I said, the Graveyard series it goes through time because one of our characters is basically immortal. And I've even talked to David one time about let's do a Graveyard series in the 1970s, and ever since I said that, he makes fun of me. He goes, "We're gonna do Disco Graveyard." So I get razzed about that all the time, but guess what? I bet if we put it out, it'd be pretty popular. We were also talking about a story that leads into Al Capone's vault. When Rivaldo Herrera opened the vault of Al Capone and he didn't find anything. Well, we're going to do a story that ties with the Graveyard series into that, and it's going to be a little cutesy little thing. I think you'll enjoy it, but that's probably a few years down the road on that one. We're trying to finish up the Mobster Graveyard series too. So, and it'll be a 3-issue miniseries, I believe, and it will be on Kickstarter, and then maybe even later it might be at an Antarctic Press book or someone, whoever's. But we do have ties to Antarctic Press. We have a friend that owns part of the company, so and they've been really good to us. So they'll definitely get one of the first chances at it. But I guess for now, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But definitely like and subscribe. and share it to whoever you think might be interested in this. I know I'm a little long-winded, but I'm one of those guys that once you start talking, I just keep going. And Lord help us if I actually have someone to talk to. I think David and I did a live the other day, and it was a good 2-3 hours. So I do love to talk comics, and I will eventually have some more guests on here. You'll see David quite a bit, but I have a few more friends in the industry, and we might be able to get some of them on here. But okay, I'm going to sign off now, and we'll see you in a few days. Take care, all. Bye.
Read
Hold on.
Robert's comments. They're kind of funny.
Is that a Robert we know?
Robert Farrell?
Oh, it's not your cousin.